What's going on, guys? Today I'm back with another H.A.T format replay review for you guys. If you're interested in sending in your H.A.T format replays, you can go down to the video description and find all the information on how to go about sending those in. Anyways, the match I have for you today, we have LAWCQ, who is going to be on 6 Samurai, versus Nova Knight, who is going to be on Lightsworn Ruler. The last time I showed any form of 6 Samurai on the channel, you guys really enjoyed it, so hopefully this will be a good match, but we will have to see. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Here, it looks like Nova Knight is going to win the rock, paper, scissors and get to start this one out. Opening hands, we see Kagemusha, Xian Smoke Signal, Forbidden Lance, Dark Hole, and Upstart Goblin. And on the other side, we see Breakthrough Skill, Eclipse Wyvern, Solar Recharge, Minerva, and Celestial. Very interesting to see this card, as usually you don't really see this in H.A.T format as much. You see it a bit more in Edison and previous formats, so it will be kind of interesting to see how that actually performs. It is a very strong card. It says when you tribute summon this card by tributing a Lightsworn monster, you can send the top 4 cards of your deck to the graveyard, then target up to 2 cards your opponent controls and destroy those targets. So really cool card, but anyways, here Nova Knight will get a draw for turn, getting a copy of Light Ray Diabolos, and from here they're going to activate Solar Recharge, discarding the copy of Minerva, drawing into a Rainbow Karibo and a copy of Blaster. A little unfortunate there, but hopefully these mills will be good, hitting a copy of Card Trooper and another Diabolos, so they are on multiple Diabolos. And then from here, the Minerva will trigger to mill another card, unfortunately hitting a copy of JD, so kind of a slow start here, just setting the copy of Breakthrough and setting the copy of Eclipse Wyvern, and from there passing over to LAWCQ, who gets another copy of Kagemusha. From here, they're going to go Xian Smoke Signal, getting a copy of Kageki. From here, they are going to Upstart, getting a copy of 6 Samurai United, so they are on the copies of United. I know for H.A.T format specifically, with all the back row removal people play, whether that be Ignition, Double Cyclone, MSTs, and also like the hands and stuff, a lot of decks, 6 Samurai specifically, some won't even play the copies of United, so that's kind of cool, but they will have access to it here, going and activating the United, summoning the Kageki using the effect, but that is going to unfortunately meet the copy of Breakthrough Skill, but LAWCQ does have that copy of Lance, so making it unaffected and being able to special summon that copy of Kagemusha, and then getting 2 counters on the 6 Sam United, being able to send it to graveyard and draw 2, getting another copy of Kageki and an Elder, and then from here they can synchro summon into a copy of Xian. And here, they're going to go Battle Phase, attack over the Eclipse Wyvern. Eclipse Wyvern can trigger and banish a copy of JD. From here, drawing into a copy of Raiden. So very good, finally getting a card that can actually do something in this situation. Normal summoning the Raiden using the effect to mill 2, hitting Soul Charge and another copy of Raiden. Let me just check the light count here. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 different names, so they actually can at bare minimum summon this copy of Light Ray Diabolos, which they are going to do here. And after that, they are going to use Blaster, banishing the copy of Eclipse Wyvern and the Diabolos in graveyard, summoning that copy of Blaster, so they do have some board presence here now, and the Wyvern is going to add the copy of JD to hand. After that, it looks like they're going to overlay into Big Eye. Okay, so very cool play here. Going and actually taking the copy of Xian, so they do have a Spell and Trap Negate on board, and then going to Battle Phase and attacking in for some decent amount of damage here. And does Raiden, it had milled a copy of Raiden, so let me just double check here. By this card gains 200 attack. So even if it sends a copy of itself, so in theory they should actually take a little more damage here. Hopefully they catch it. But it looks like they aren't going to. In the end phase, Raiden is going to mill 2, hitting double Lumina. All right, back over. Oh, they actually do catch it, so nice. That's pretty good. So anyways, LAWCQ draws into a copy of Asceticism, which is very good, and they can easily bait with this Dark Hole, which they are going to do. After that, special summoning Elder, because the opponent controls a monster and they control no monsters, then summoning the Kageki, specialing the copy of Kagemusha, and the copy of Kageki gains a bit of attack because they control multiple other 6 Samurai monsters. And here the Asceticism is going to activate. This card says target 1 6 Samurai monster you control. Special summon 1 6 Samurai monster from your deck with the same attack but a different name. And if you do, destroy it during the end phase of this turn. So here, going and summoning another copy of Elder. How many Elders was that? Oh, that's just 2. Okay. And from here, It looks like Nova Knight is just... Oh no, it looks like Lorciaba's just scooping it up there. Very interesting. I wonder if they just didn't have much going for them there. Nothing, it's already over. I can't get the right levels. Oh, so even with everything they had, the levels just weren't equaling out to anything, especially with Xian being at 1 in the format. It is a bit rough, and if they aren't able to out that copy of Big Eye, then Big Eye can just take whatever they put up regardless. Moving on into game number 2, though, opening hands, we see Kagemusha, Zanji, another copy of Kagemusha, Asceticism, and Warning, and on the other side, we see Solar Recharge, Tempest, Curry Bandit, Minerva, and Debris Dragon. So a slightly better hand here from Nova Knight, though Lorciaba is going to have access to this Warning, as well as a pretty solid hand in a sense, having Asceticism plus like any of the 6 Samurai monsters that they can actually use with that to put up a bit of a solid board. They will also get a draw here, getting a copy of Grandmaster, so actually very solid here, summoning the copy of Kagemusha, activating Asceticism to special summon a copy of Elder here, after that special summoning the Grandmaster, and synchroing into a copy of Naturia Beast. So, you know, very good card against the Lightsworn ruler deck, because they usually just play a lot of power spells, and then after that being able to set Warning in case any of the bigger monsters come out as well is very good here. Over to Nova Knight, who gets a copy of Lila, which is actually a pretty solid way to bait the back row if they really wanted to, which it looks like they are going to do normal summoning Lila, and Lorciaba's thinking here, and they are going to use the Warning. That's a little risky here, simply because if you kind of pay life here, and then if Nova Knight had something like a copy of Soul Charge, though I guess the Nat Beast is there, so you don't care that much about it. So no, I guess that is definitely an option there. And let's see how it works out for them. Oh, it looks like they're just passing, so not going to take the risk with the Solar Recharge because of that Naturia Beast. And here Lorciaba gets a copy of Lance. So after that, it looks like Zanji's going to be summoned. I'm going to quickly read this one, actually, as it's been a very long time since I've seen this one. It says, at the start of the damage step, if this card attacked, destroy the monster this card attacked. You must control a face-up 6 Samurai monster with a different name to activate and to resolve this effect. If this card would be destroyed, you can destroy another face-up 6 Samurai monster you control instead. Okay, so very cool. Kind of almost like a Catastor in a weird way. But anyways, here, pushing in for a lot of damage and setting a copy of Lance for more insulation. Here, Nova Knight gets a copy of Max C, which unfortunately isn't going to do much here. The Solar Recharge is activated, pitching Minerva, and Nat Beast is going to negate that. And here, Lorciaba mills a copy of Kageki and a copy of Double-Edged Sword Technique. Also a pretty cool card. It's sort of like a Soul Charge for 2 in a way. And here, Minerva's going to activate, milling the top card, hitting Mind Control, which isn't going to do much. Curry Bandit is going to be summoned, and using the effect in end phase to mill 5. Here, hitting a Blaster, Soul Charge, Lumina, 1-for-1, and Lumina. And it looks like from there, Nova Knight is going to scoop it up. Nothing really gets over that Nat Beast, unfortunately. And, you know, by that point, Lorciaba also just had a lot of damage on board. So moving on into game number 3, Nova Knight will get to start this one out. Opening hands, we see Asceticism, Upstart, Zanji, Lance, and United, so honestly a pretty solid hand here. And on the other side, we see DDR, Light Ray, Diabolos, Judgment Dragon, Celestial, and Solar Recharge. Interesting, actually, now that I think about it, Nova Knight is on some kind of cool tech cards. DDR, and then we saw Debris Dragon the last time, and even the Celestial. And here they will get a draw, getting a copy of Honest. So again, they're in that position where they really need this Solar Recharge to hit, and, you know, Lightsworn Ruler in general does sometimes struggle with bricking a little bit because they have so many higher level monsters and really specific summoning requirements. So even then, I guess the Celestial is a little bricky as well, but let's see how it plays out for them here. It looks like they are going to activate Solar Recharge, discarding that copy of Celestia, drawing into Debris Dragon and Revival Golem, and milling Rainbow, Karibo, and Needlebug Nest. So not the greatest. Again, not really seeing Lightsworn names here, but at bare minimum, they do have that Rainbow Karibo in graveyard now. And after that, setting the copy of Revival Golem, and here Lorciaba gets a copy of Kizan, very good draw. And from here, they're going to activate Upstart Goblin, getting a copy of Kagemusha. Interesting they didn't even activate this United here. I guess that's weird, but here's something, the copy of Kagemusha, and then going Asceticism. Again, even now, they would have been able to use this, but okay, let's see what happens. Here, going for Elder, and Let's see. I guess they even caught it here. Is it okay if I activate 6 Salmon United before their summons? No. Does it change anything you do? LOL, okay, it's tournament gameplay. Yeah, this is part of a tournament when this match was going on, so kind of a big mistake there from them. But even now, like, they could just honestly activate it now, because if they are going to synchro into, say, something like a, what's the card called? A copy of... I'm forgetting the synchro monster now. My bad. But either way, even if they keep this here, summon the copy of Keyzon, and then synchro summon into the 6 Samurai that I'm for some reason forgetting all of a sudden, then they would still have 2 counters and be able to draw here. So anyways, continue on here. They are going to go for Nappies. So I guess they were kind of wanting to go for Nappies more than anything. So it does sort of make sense why they wouldn't want to do that at that point. Because at that rate, they'd only have 1 counter, so they'd only get 1 draw. But here, going to battle phase and running over that Revival Golem, going to end phase, going to main phase 2, setting Lance, and then going to end phase. Oh, it was Shien. That's the card I was forgetting. I don't know how I forgot that. We just saw it not too long ago. But anyways, passing it over to Nova Knight, who again gets another copy of Rainbow Karibo. So they're actually playing like a lot of the brickier stuff, because they're playing the Revival Golem, which is kind of like a copy of the Wolf, so that's not terrible, but they are on multiple Rainbow Karibo, they are on the Celestials, they are on multiple Light Ray Diabolos, so this is kind of a bricky situation here for them, and it's going to be tough for them to get out of it, and it looks like they're just passing. Do they have nothing they can even do with the Debris Dragon? Because this can be used as Xyz material, right? When this card is normal summon, you can target 1 monster with 500 or less attack in your graveyard, special summon that target in attack position, but its effects negated, cannot be used as synchro material, except for the synchro summon of an synchro monster. The other synchro material cannot be 4. But what they could do here is summon this, and then this can still summon 4s. It just can't be used for, let me just double check that, cannot be used as synchro material except for, yeah, so then they would just bring back the copy of Revival Golem and make a rank 4, because it says it can only be used for the synchro, or you can't use another 4 for the synchro summon, but I'm pretty sure you should be able to still make an Xyz there, and then you can make Revival Chain and like dump something, even something like a Minerva to get an additional mill, or even just a Lightsworn name, or some way to kind of fill your graveyard a little more, even a way to, for example, dropping a Dragon Ruler to banish some stuff, and then eventually maybe go for a DDR play. But yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe they just didn't see the line here. So here, Lorsiaba, I believe, got the copy of Smoke Signal here, which they're going to start by activating United, summoning the Zanji, specialing the copy of Keyzon, and then getting rid of the United with 2 counters to draw 2, getting a copy of Warning and another copy of the Smoke Signal. And from here, just going to battle phase and attacking in. We'll see if that Rainbow Karibo comes down. And it looks like they are going to use Rainbow Karibo that says when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can target that attacking monster, equip this card from your hand to that monster. It cannot attack. So here they're doing that on the Nappies to prevent a bit of that damage here. And then main phase 2 setting the copy of Warning and passing it back over to Nova Knight, who gets a copy of Pada Dichotomy. Do they even have, let's see, Fiend, Fairy, and Rock? So they can activate that, but they won't have a battle phase, and it kind of gets rid of one of the Rainbow Karibos. Here, choosing not to use it and instead going for Debris Dragon, going for the Revival Golem. So, you know, they had this last turn and they chose to wait on it. And let's see what they go into. Overlaying for a copy of Maostroke. Interesting to see that, and Lord Siava is just not going to allow that to happen. Going for the copy of Solemn Warning and just passing it over. Lord Siava gets a copy of Maxi, goes Shien Smoke Signal, getting a copy of Kagamusha. And here, will they go for the other Smoke Signal? Nope, they're just going to battle phase and attacking in. And let's see what happens. This still can't attack, so just attacking with the 2. And let's see, going main phase 2, overlaying for a copy of Heroic Champion Gandiva. Really cool card. It needs 2 warrior monsters, and it says once per turn, when a level 4 or lower monster is special summon to your opponent's field, except during the damage step, you can detach a material from this card, destroy that special summon monsters. And then they also set the Smoke Signal as a bluff here, and passing it over to Nova Knight, who gets a copy of Breakthrough Skill, and here just setting. Lurciaba gets a copy of Elder, goes Xian Smoke Signal, and from here they are going to normal summon the copy of the Kageki, special summon the copy of Kagamusha. I'm wondering if they're going to use this Breakthrough. They are going to use it, but on the copy of Gandiva, Lance is going to be chained to that, probably because of the other effect of Rainbow Kuribo. When an opponent's monster declares an attack while this card's in the graveyard, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. So I think they were trying to wall up there. Here, Lurciaba synchros into a copy of Armades just to close out the game regardless, and that is going to be game. So definitely cool to see the 6 Samurai deck go off a little bit. A bit unfortunate from the Lightsworn ruler player here. You know, I thought that they were going to lose that first game, but they managed to pull it out. And then, you know, from there, both players made a few mistakes. And so a little unfortunate there. And so I know this game probably wasn't like the greatest game, and hopefully I can show off more 6 Samurai in the future, but at least we did get a good showing from this deck and kind of what this deck can sort of do and put up, and it is a different take on the deck from what I've shown in the past. But anyways, hopefully you guys at least somewhat enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it, comment any questions or videos you want to see in the future, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified anytime I put a new video out, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to go down to the video description to find out how you can send in your hat format replays. Whether you won or lost, if you thought the deck you or your opponent was playing was pretty cool, feel free to send that in. I'm sure a lot of people would love to see that. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video.